Hey folks, how you doing today? We're starting off week 6 here of the course, which is our halfway point, actually, because this is the 12-week accelerated course. So we've done everything up to this point has been conceptual, looking at the idea of how we design databases, how we go about finding the right pieces of information we need to store in each table, how those tables relate to each other, going through the normalization process, and now we're finally going to get our hands dirty and actually start working with data, which is a lot of fun. So this week and next week are all about using structured query language, or SQL, to work with data in the database. So it's a bit of a long week or two here. There's a lot to SQL or SQL, and we're going to have to practice it. So while you're working on Project 2, we'll start picking up our SQL commands here. Next week, we're going to start Project 3, an individual-based project working with SQL. And then we'll break for the midterm, and then we'll come on back and we'll pick up some more advanced topics. Again, we're not going to go super deep into a lot of these topics. We want to understand how that they work and the differences between regular relational database, the online transaction processing databases, and our data warehousing, a little bit different between those. And then again, we'll touch on big data, NoSQL, and a little bit about database administration and security as we work on the final project, which we're going to do in groups. So I don't think we're going to do as large of groups. We'll probably stick to maybe even just pairs. I think it's probably easiest. If you need to coordinate things with each other, I think pairs is going to work out best for that. So we've got that coming up. And for this week, I'm going to load everything up in this Oracle this Apex tool, which is really sweet. So it's the multi-user enterprise database web platform. They use it for their Apex system, which is pretty cool. But we're going to use it's just a web interface for interacting with databases. So I'm going to set you up with links for it here. So I'm going to show you one today, and then I'm going to start making links for you folks, so you can go in and start working with the data. Now, what's cool, if you come back here to this course information section and go to our week 6, as I'm getting things loaded here, they'll be showing up. But we've got the student sample data from the text here. So you can get your student data files, and if you download that zip file, inside of that you're going to see, I've already downloaded here, but there are commands and scripts ready to go for us that we can run to create all of these databases. So I'm going to do all that for you folks. I'm going to get it all set up for you, but it'll be essentially the same process. This is that student data files here, and inside of that we've got each of the example databases that the text is going to go through in different versions. So the Oracle version, the MySQL version, the SQL Server version, and there's even an Access version of the database. And there's nothing wrong with Access, but it's not an enterprise relational database management system. It's fine if you have Access, great. You should even load this up on the college computers with the virtual desktop if you want to access if you don't have access to Access. Sure. So let me know. I think we'll be better off using these Oracle ones and using the web stuff. But if you want to download some of the tools, MySQL is free. You can get a Microsoft SQL Server Express version for free, or even Access here. But again, we're going to try and work with this online Oracle one. That'll work out well, I think. And then it's web-based Access, which should work out well for everybody. So I've got that loaded up and set up here. So I'll give you an ID, and you'll go log into this website. It's just a public site, which is really cool. And you'll take you to this Database Actions, the Launchpad page. So we're going to do everything inside of this SQL section here. But it also has the really cool Data Modeler tool. So it doesn't do all the things that their Data Modeler tool did that we downloaded, but you can essentially take the database objects and draw pictures here in Data Modeler, which is fun. But we're going to be working in SQL here as we go. So come over to SQL, and you'll see there's a list of tables over here on the left when it finally loads. So I loaded up the small company tables here from their sample files. So we're going to be playing with these in the examples as we go. So I'll give you all a login, and you can play along as you want as you go. So I've got to make logins for each of you, and I have to set them all up with different passwords. So it's going to take me a little bit to get those all set up. If you want it before I've posted something, just shoot me a message. I can definitely make one or two real quick, but to do 30 of them, it's going to take a little bit of time on my side. So I'm hoping to get those done by later today for you. So we're going to be working in this tool to do all of our SQL. I'm going to do all the examples in here, which is really fun for you. And then if you want to build it yourself with a different tool, great. You can even sign up for this Oracle tool yourself. It's just a free version. They actually give you 2 databases for free with limited storage because they want you to use their Oracle Cloud. Right, this Oracle Cloud app. They're pushing that hard to try and compete with Azure and AWS and things. So that's what we're going to be using. Other things coming up. Where our course go here? I think we're doing great. Keep up with the quizzes every week and the discussions. I think those are going well. I apologize, they're not all graded. I'm getting back to those discussions. I got your first projects in. They looked great. You guys did a great job doing models of all of your tables from the discussions. And hopefully that's working out. Let me know if you do have any questions, thoughts, or concerns. I'm here to help you learn this material. And we'll go from there. Thanks, folks.